Hello everybody, Dream here, and today I want to take a look at the Rogue, the third starter class. This is going to be your single target champ. He does a lot of single target, especially the way he unequips his claws is so goofy. Oh my goodness, just keep the claws on, dude. Anyways, when it comes to like a boss fight, something with a lot of health, I usually like to have one rogue because he could just keep such a high amount of consistent damage. He's not very bursty, but the damage he does over the course of the battle honestly rivals a lot of the other characters, in my opinion. So we'll take a look now. This class you can really screw up if you don't read the abilities and know how to use them properly. Yeah, you can you can have a fun time. So right here, the passive, finish them. Damage over time effects do 40% more damage to enemies under 25% health. I know in my mage video I complained about the passive being a 10% cast speed boost. Yeah, I guess because other people get 40% more damage to people like to a normal mob. It's not that big of a deal because they probably have a couple thousand health. Not a big deal. But when you're fighting a boss and say they have like 50,000 health, right? You get them to a quarter health, you're still looking at what 12,000 and some change health left. That's a decent amount, and the fact that your poisons do 40% more damage is kind of huge. So again, for boss fights, really good. So typically don't read the auto attacks because it's just a basic attack, but I do want to mention that you get a poison hit every third strike. So that's something to notate. Poison strike, apply 4 stacks of poison at once. This is why I think some people who don't pay attention to the abilities can kind of mess it up. Toxic surge, stab an enemy, consuming up to 4 stacks of poison to deal extra damage. So we look at right here, we get 110% attack power. Now, I don't know if the 110% is including with those 4 stacks or not. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite say. All right, so now we have the Scorpion Sting ability. Convert stacks of poison into heavy poisons. This pretty much, so right here we convert stacks of poison into heavy poison. It's an 80% initial hit, costs 30 spirit. And then the heavy poison deals a high amount of damage, attack power of 40%. If we go over here, we see the normal poison's 20%, right? So the heavy does double the damage. Then we have Venom Dash. Dash to your target, rapidly applying a full stack of poisons, and it resets this ability's cooldown. That is important to notate. Cross skill. Swift kick, surprise your foe, briefly slowing them and weakening their attacks. It's a 20% attack break, 40% attack speed decrease, along with the skill and cast speed. Honestly, I like running the cross skill on a tank. Like if I'm running Guardian and I'm tanking, I'll bring this cross skill. If I know they're about to do like a big heavy attack or something, something that's maybe unavoidable, maybe something that hits everyone, I can do this just to kind of help mitigate the damage that they take. So let's go ahead and actually switch this out. Swift kick. So the premise is pretty simple. We'll go ahead and start smacking him. Got some poisons on him. Now he's got 4 poisons. If I hit the third ability, it does take 4 of those away. And that's not something you really want to do that often. Typically, I don't use the 3 ability all very much. So right here, you can hit 4. It makes those light poisons into heavy poisons. Now let's go ahead and build up my ult here. I'm just going to be hitting abilities just to get my ult. Can I get out of that very fastly? I don't think it matters. It really doesn't do much damage. Alright, so this is where things get interesting. So I have a stack of 8 damage here. Or, I'm sorry, 8 poisons here. So at this point, we would want to hit 4, 5, 3, 2, 4. Now, pretty much what I did there is I applied 8 light poisons. I turn it into heavy poisons. I then use my ultimate to get 8 little poisons on top of the 8 big poisons. It reset this cooldown, but what I went ahead and did is I hit 3 to consume 4 of those stacks, and then 2 to regain those 4 stacks I just lost. So that still put me at 8 and 8. And just as the heavy poisons were about to go away, I was able to hit 4 again to make those little poisons into heavy poisons. I want to say that is probably the most optimal combo. Let me know in the comments below if there's something better. But that's just something that I've figured that, was probably the most beneficial. As you can see, as the rogue, you do attack really, really quickly. Let's build my ult up again, and we'll do another combo. Here's the swift kick button. See, I kicked him. Now this thing is... You see how much slower it is? He attacks a lot slower. Alright, so now I got my ult. Build up my spirit all the way. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go hit this. This. I think I screwed it up. I think I did. But yeah, so typically the combo... it's honestly pretty simple, right? You build 4 stacks. I was supposed to hit this ability first and then this one, but I ended up hitting this one first because I was just so concentrating on getting the ult. I wasn't paying attention to the actual combo itself. But yeah, get your 8 stacks of little poisons. Click this, click this, click this, click this, click this. So wait, what is that again? So that's 4, 5, 3, 2, 4. 4, 5, 3, 2, 4. That's the combo. And that's, you can keep up your heavy poisons a lot higher and be a little bit more optimal in your long-term fights. So like I said, really, really high damage, especially damage over time. And honestly, a pretty good starter class. I think they did a really good job on the starter classes. They have a nice AoE, kind of a good ranged, safe class, I would say. The rogue makes a really good single target if you're fighting like a boss or something. You have a boss killer, and then a healer's there because I guess why not? I don't know why that's in the starter location. Healer's really only good in groups. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more class of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.